I'm Brian Heiting. I'm going to tell a couple jokes before we bring Joe up. Has anyone ever said don't be alarmed and you weren't immediately alarmed? True story, I was at a party over the summer, a family party, and I was swimming in the pool, and a friend of the family came up to me and said, "Hey Brian, don't be alarmed, but I'm going to jump in the pool, and when my feet get wet, my toenails fall off." And that's probably the most alarming thing you could have ever told me in that situation. I mean, why do you have toenails now? Like, you wear flippers in the shower? I mean, what the hell goes on? You know, there's a right way and a wrong way to say don't be alarmed. The right way would be, hey, I didn't use low-fat Cool Whip in the dessert. But I'm a little bit of a maniac, and I wanted to see what I can get away with. And I was on a date not too long ago, and I told the girl, we were watching a movie, I said, don't be alarmed, but 15 minutes into this movie, I'm going to take my pants off. And she was alarmed. I was pepper sprayed and arrested. And now I spend most of my time knocking on people's doors telling them, don't be alarmed, I'm a registered sex offender.
Nice.
I'm a recovered cocaine addict. I've just recently celebrated 3 years of sobriety.
Yay!
Thank you. And a lot of people ask me, they say, you know, what was your rock bottom? What was the real low point in your life? And for me, my rock bottom took place at a dog's first birthday party. My friend's rock bottom is a man came the day he let his wife throw a dog's first birthday party. But I show up to the party at noon on a Sunday with a quarter ounce of Coke and a bottle of gin like it was New Year's Eve at pre-aged Charlie Sheen's house. And I completely lost my fucking mind. I was swearing, sweating profusely. I spent more time in the bathroom than I did out at the actual party. And the last thing I remember was speaking to my friend's in-laws, and they're a real nice older Jewish couple, and explaining to them that if you look at the number, God actually killed more people than Adolf Hitler. It's true, look it up. And after that, like, I don't remember a thing. So I come to, it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like in a real awkward position. And like, I'm trying to wake up, and I realize I'm inside the crate with the dog, the birthday girl. And I don't know how I got there, but I was able to get out of the crate, which was hard. And you know, I went to reach in my pocket. I thought maybe I had a little more Coke left, but I didn't. What I had was a Plan B pill. And I don't know what happened with the dog the night before, but I wasn't going to take any chances. So, like any guy in this situation would do, I crushed up the Plan B pill and put it in the dog's water bowl. And I was on the ground screaming at the dog, telling him, you gotta drink it. It's really hard to get her to drink. You know, dogs don't like to drink on command. And I was yelling, I was getting so loud, you know, my friend, his wife, and the kids came downstairs. They were traumatized. And the wife's screaming at me, telling me the kids I'm gonna have to pay for the kids' therapy and all this stuff. And I didn't know what to say, so I said, don't be alarmed, but there's like a 10% chance I may have slept with your dog last night.
Yeah.
Presidential election's heating up right now, and just like a month or two ago, it was real exciting. I thought we were really going to see history in the making. It looked like Ben Carson was potentially going to go against Hillary Clinton. And the history, it wasn't a black man going up against a white woman in the race. The real history being made would be in the South. Rednecks, for the first time in the history of the world, would root for a black man to beat a white woman.
There you go.
I think it's time we talk about the biggest proponent of date rape in the history of the world, which is Walt Disney. The guy was obsessed with guys kissing unconscious women. I mean, you know, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. I mean, the guy was a complete maniac. He had a witch who was in cahoots with some creepy prince, loaded an apple with Rufinol. She knocks out. He starts making out with her, and he gets the nickname Prince fucking Charming. I mean, that's absolutely insane. He was an absolute maniac. He was obsessed with that. I mean, nowadays he'd be brought up on charges. Could you imagine having to bring in the 7 dwarfs to testify? It'd be the trial of the century.
He's short.
Alright guys, Joe Renardo's going to be up next, but I'm going to leave you guys with this. I was driving down I-57 to visit my parents, and I saw a billboard with 3 young boys on it, and it said Actors and Models for Christ. And it got me thinking, what kind of monster would send their kid into a casting couch with the priest? You know, I mean, the priest, I mean, right? I mean, the priest, he's sitting there looking at the headshots, he gets to pick out which kid he wants to interview. It's not even fair to the priest. It's like putting a crackhead in a room full of crack. He's gonna pounce. But I was starting to think, you know, what would be some other billboards to go on? You know, Casey Anthony Daycare Center. Jerry Sandusky's overnight football camp. Dr. Bill Cosby, Illinois' #1 anesthesiologist. Thank you, I'm Brian Evans.
Yeah! Dude, you killed. Awesome. Dude, that was hilarious.